Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to my, let's say, guide to how to Golmud with the MBT tank. I thought about making this because I am a tanker. I really do that a lot. It's the thing I'm the best at in Battlefield, so I thought I'd share my experience with you guys. First of all, this is just my way of taking on Golmud. If you have another way which works for you, that's perfectly fine. I just want to show you what I do. There are some basic tips, but also just some tactics I have. So actually that's the first thing I always do. Pop up the map, see what's around me. So I spot a tank around A. There he is. I knew that he was there, so I could like prepare myself, take a shot and hit him 50. Now, to be honest, I don't always hit those shots. That was actually a pretty good one. But it's still important to take it, because as long as you have the advantage, I think you really should go for it. So I see, okay, he was destroyed by the Havoc, so I move on. And here, just don't waste shots for almost impossible shots. Like, if you're very good in shooting down helicopters, no problem, but the ammo is not like limited, but still, you need to reload. And if you're in a 1v1 with the tank, you really need that ammo. So my plan was to go to A. And that's something I usually don't do in Golmud, because A is, or can be crowded. It's very difficult for a tank to see everything, because there can be in the houses, it can be around corners, behind walls, and even, I mean, if you have the sabot shell, it's really difficult anyways, because you just don't have the splash damage you'd have with the other two shells. So I only do that when I know there are teammates around to taking care of the infantry. Now I see somebody up on the roof. I probably should have taken him down, but yeah. And here you see me get us in trouble, so I push back. I don't need to push A, but there are plenty of friendlies. So I decide to go to C, and you see me, I'm not really going on the objective. I'm staying between this field. This is I do that because I have more view of what happens around me. So I'd actually take a look at B now to see if there is something coming, and there spotted one. Take a few shots, and you shouldn't waste too many shells on an infantry player. And then I decide to go for B because there's nothing going on at C, and my team wants to push B, and there's just that one dude blocking everybody off. And yeah, those little games, you see the splash damage is just missing, so you really need to take him down with the HMG. So I'm always using the heavy machine gun, because 3 shots, 1 kill. It's just perfectly amazing, because over long ranges you really need that, so you can most of the time snipe snipers, for example, just very easily. And here you see me taking another very long range shot under the bridge, and I'm actually quite offensive. That's something I don't do often. You see me right in front of the base, but that's just because we have every single objective. Now this isn't always the case. This is just like in this particular time. Usually, I'm really like not camping one spot. I'm moving the spots from the time to time, but it is important to not push Golmud too much, because there are 5 other tanks and nearly every other armored vehicle, except for the boats, and so you don't want to get into trouble when you're alone. Here you see me having trouble with shooting down that helicopter, which is really annoying me. And just don't get like too annoyed. If you say, oh my god, I need to hit that now, and you're getting angry, just don't do that. Say, okay, somebody else will take him down, or there will be a chance. And here you see me getting dust on a buggy, so the dusts are a very big problem in Battlefield anyways. But that is something I want to talk about, because this is just about tanking on Golmud. Usually I get really good scores, because I'm just used to the map. I know it very well, and I don't have much problems with shooting down aircraft, and I really like it. It's just my favorite map. Just one thing you really have to watch out on Golmud are the goddamn suicide buggies. You can probably guess why, but they're fast and you can always see them. It is just important to always stay in third person view because you have more sight on everything. You can adjust the FOV if you need that. I don't do it because I don't know, I'm used to the 90 I have. I think it's 60. Yeah, 60 I have. And that's just enough for me. I don't really need much more. And if you have a higher FOV, it gets confusing because people see you very far away, but you're actually quite close to you. So I would not mess around too much with that. I mean, it looks funny, but in my opinion, it looks horrible on some sick pro montages when people just rape everything, or it just looks horrible if somebody knives somebody, for example. So yeah, okay, off topic. And now back to that. So you see me, I don't have an angle on the helicopter. I actually switched to my gunner seat because he has a wider angle than me. But yeah, I don't do that often. I just do that when I'm driving alone. It's of course useful if you have a gunner, one who is repairing you, who is spotting you, talking, communicating with you. But it's not always the case, and tanking alone is not really a problem in Golmud anyways, because it's kind of made for solo, I think. Here you see me taking a very safe shot on the helicopter. I can totally go for that. And I don't have tips for taking down helicopters. It's something you really need to practice. Generally speaking, shooting down things or hitting things is just a matter of practice. So go out there and just practice. Probably my tips help you with defending yourself, and that's just what I want to get on you, right? So you see me here pushing again a bit far because okay, I'm HYT right now. That's probably not a good idea. I shouldn't do that. Then I get locked on by a helicopter. Those things can be a pain in the ass, and here is what you should do if you get attacked by a helicopter. Search for cover, go behind that thing, for example, because it blocks off some shots. Drive back, get a better angle on him. But if you know that you are not going to hit him anyways, just drive towards him so that he can hit you without griefing down and probably crashing into the floor or on the ground. So you can hit them then easily. This is the best tip with jets anyways. So I get taken down. I don't show that footage because yeah, waste of time. Take another tank, and this time I decide to go for F. Now F is a flag I don't like at all because there's about everything. There's a lot of infantry, right, like on A and B. But there are also a lot of tanks. You see me waiting for a teammate. That's something you should do. Play a taxi. I mean, it's not very important if they repair you all the time. If you're good at tanking anyways, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, so F, it is difficult. The main road is watched. You're like, it's very open. Everybody can see you, so that's kind of dangerous. So tip is, as soon as you get shot at, try to find out where you got shot at, from where the shoot came from. And if you know that, try to kill the enemy. If not, just pull back. Get a better angle on the situation, try to analyze the situation, and then try to kill the enemies. And you see me here taking some long-range shots, and I'm quite precise on them. It is very easy with the sapid shell anyways. And don't waste shots on people popping their APS out. You can see it clearly when when they have a green light above their tank, and most of the time you can see that over long ranges as well. But if you know that the APS is up for like 5 seconds, you also can count down like a timer in your head, and let's say it's about 200 meters away, you can shoot at second 3 and it will perfectly hit him and he still thinks he is safe because of the APS that is not moving. But if he is moving, then it's of course another sort of shot you have to take. What I'm not doing at the moment, and which is pretty bad, I'm concentrating on one, and then you can see me getting locked on by 3 different things, and that's the time when you need to pop your APS. One is not really a problem, but as long as you know if it is a javelin or a jet is of course something for the APS, and a javelin is not really, okay? So you see me here taking a shot, and his ABS was already down, so that was a safe one. And see, this is the main road, and that's why I don't like it. You're open to everyone, everybody can see you. And which is also important is to go back and forth with your tank to get the enemy to miss you. And here you see me getting locked on. I didn't have an APS, and yeah. Javelins are OP if you are locked on. So here I've got a scene for you where I actually attack C, because C is a very important point on the map, because it's very central, and there is also spawning the extra scout helicopter your team can have. So first I'm checking out what is there. I see a jet, try to take a shot. I'm missing it because jet shots are rather difficult to do. And I'm checking my surroundings. I see a tank right down the road, take a shot and miss it as well, because yeah, I don't always hit long range shots. But then I decide, okay, C is not too dangerous, I can take it on alone with my tank. So I'm driving around it, checking out if I see any enemies. Those ruins there are always dangerous because enemies can hide there. So I see somebody with an RPG taking a shot at me, missing the one with the Zappa shell, because it really has very little, up to nothing on splash damage. And there is another one, and here you see the bad things about the ruins. Enemies can hide easily. I see a buggy approaching, take it down. It was a suicide buggy, so you really have to watch out for that. So I kind of get back a bit because there was really a lot, and I don't want to push it too hard when enemies are spawning all the time and then try to kill me. So I see somebody else, and here you see it's getting crowded. My team needs help. That's the point where I stay back a bit, try to take everything down on my side so that that side is clear, and that for the cause that my team can push that. Kill some more enemies at the ruins, and as I said, a very important point for the defense. Here you see a attack chopper approaching, I take him down, and this is something you should do if you're very good at shooting helicopters. Don't like fear to take the shot. It is not bad. It is no bad if you're missing it. You're practicing all the time. I'm still practicing. I still try to figure out how to shoot helicopters down in various situations. And here again, I get spotted as HYT, and this is HYT, as this is something I really hate on this map, because you're just viewable for everybody. Everybody knows where you are. You're like fresh food for buggies and like people approaching you. And here I get kind of lucky because he didn't get a shot on my back, and I actually managed to take him down. And then you see me, the whole team is pushing me. Okay, not the whole team, but at least a few people. And you really should peek for the head and pop out the APS, try to block some shots which can hurt you. And you see me here being down on 50, which is kind of critical, or can be. And then I hear actually somebody shouting. I turn around and I know, okay, there, someone must be here. And this is something you can always rely on, is the enemies' shouts. So like if they're shouting something in Chinese and you know you're a Russian, okay, there's some enemies around. You see me taking down a tank on C, and that's also why I don't go on C. It's difficult to dodge shots, and yeah. So one of the last things I want to discuss on Golmud, what to do if somebody is putting C4 on you. Now that is a good question, because this is going to happen a lot, and one of the best things you can do is either shoot him down if you have the possibility to. If he is right next to you, you couldn't shoot him in the head. And don't forget, 2 C4s are enough to kill you. And here you see me here getting approached by a C4, at least 2 C4 people. And I just pull back and drive him over. Too fast for the other one, so he can just throw down a 1 and probably kill himself. He doesn't notice that he didn't hit me at all. Or I kill him then. But it's not always working. Of course, this is the opposite. If he's in front of you, you just drive towards them, of course. And if he's on his side, yeah, that's the difficult. Just drive back at an angle and time to shoot him down before he can detonate the C4. So, and this is one of the last scenarios. Jets are very dangerous. You see me here getting locked on. I see the jet. I pop my APS. and then he tries to attack me. I failed to take a shot. I probably should have hit that, but you really have to check if he's bailing. If he is, where is he? Try to take him down. And here I don't go for that shot because it's way too wide. I spot another helicopter, and it's more of a safe shot. Take him down, easy. So pick your target. Don't try to shoot everything, because I probably couldn't have hit that if I would have taken a shot on the transport chopper flying far away from me, which was the more difficult shot. So don't go for the epic mounted shots, go for the safe ones. And of course, if you want to go for the epic mounted shots, just do that. That's your problem. And that's probably about everything I want to tell you about Golmud. There were some basic tank tips, of course, but this is just my tactic I usually do most of the time. And that's about everything. I hope you enjoyed my more in-depth guide. Oh, I know it's long, and if you listened until here, I'm really proud of you, and I'm glad that you listened. I know I'm not the greatest commentator, I'm still practicing, and I have a cold as well, so I kind of sound not the way I usually do. But I really thank you for your attention, and just a quick sneak peek of the upcoming videos. I thought of making this a series, so I will take on every map where there is an NPT on. So that's everything for the moment. Danny Abcru is logging off. See you later.